What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the third edition of Make Me a Sandwich. I am just one half of this podcast. My co-host is, of course, the lovely and talented Allie B. Allie, how are we doing today?
Actually, quite fabulous. Gonna take my puppy, my baby. Before the baby, we're going to the dog park and get some coffee. Have a real good Thursday.
Awesome. So your dog, you have a golden retriever puppy, is that correct?
Oh yeah, her name is Blazer, and I'm kind of with a very, very masculine, very stubborn man. A little bit type A.
Okay.
And when we got the dog, he changed a lot. So we are super in love with her, and she does a great service to this relationship on top of being warm and cuddly, constantly happy. That's unconditional love, man. If you're looking for unconditional love,
Buy a
get a dog.
Totally agree. Devin and I, we don't have kids. We can't have kids. And so I think I've told you this before. We have 2 dogs, 4 cats. We have a gerbil, a bearded dragon, and 3 fish, Arthos, Parthos, and D'Artagnan. So we've got quite the zoo going on up in here. Now, you and your guy plan on having kids at some point, which is obviously very good. So you guys won't need quite as many pets. How many pets are you looking to have, by the way? Is this a regular thing, or is this something that you guys are just going to quell with the one dog?
I think everyone should have 2 dogs and a cat. The cat
Okay.
to keep them on their toes, and the
Yes.
dogs just so that they have each other to play with. We have a golden retriever right now. He wanted to get a German shepherd for protection or
Ah,
but
yes.
he ended up thinking he wanted a second golden retriever because she just has such a wonderful disposition.
I am a German Shepherd guy, and we actually have a plan, or I actually have a plan. My plan, and we'll get into the topic at hand, guys.
We're coming, guys. We're coming.
I promise you. But what I plan to do is I plan to get three German Shepherds. So we're gonna buy a bunch of land out in Reno, and I'm gonna put a fence up. And what I want to do after I retire is I want to train Schutzen level German Shepherd. Schutzen is the German word for personal protection. I want to be able to enter the competitions, do the bite. Do the bite training. I worked with the Raleigh Police Department with their canine unit one summer. It was awesome. I'm putting on the bite gear. I'm getting chased by dogs, jumping over fences, getting attacked, and all that stuff. And it was awesome. It was awesome. So my 3 German Shepherds' names are going to be Santana, Cortez, and Vargas. I've already named them. Santana, Cortez, and Vargas. Yeah,
Prepared man right there.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, well, look at this. Looks like I have accidentally left the chat open. So it's not just members only. If guys start to misbehave a little bit, then I'll close that down. But we'll see if the trolls can stay. We'll see if the trolls can stay at bay. Okay. So, they said that her mic is too high, so let me lower mine. Let me go down a couple of levels. Okay, there we go. Now say something, Allie.
Hello, is this better, guys?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah. I think mine was too low. At any rate, it doesn't matter. So the topic of the day that we are going to talk about, Allie, is Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet. They are calling it Quitsville. They've been married for 4 years. Of course, Jason Momoa is I think the only thing that, and he's been in a lot. He's obviously been in Aquaman. I think he was on Game of Thrones for a little
sure
while.
was.
Yes,
Whew.
he was. Yes. Yeah. Well, see, there we
Fine.
go.
I got a Game of Thrones tattoo.
Do you really?
Yeah, House
how about
Stark.
that? Oh,
Honor,
yes.
integrity.
Oh, okay. See,
Winter's coming.
I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until, oh boy, I forgot, but I didn't see when he was on it. I think Sean Bean was also on it at one point, but I missed all of the. But I got to see the Night King, and when he turned the dragon blow, I was like, oh my god. Anyway, your reaction? Whew, Jason Momoa is clearly he's a hot guy. He's probably 6'5". He's got the grizzly. He's got that rugged look. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put Jason Momoa?
I'm gonna give him a 10. I like them to look rugged and a bit aggressive. I'm
Okay.
into it.
All right, good stuff. Well, you're not the only one who has that opinion, and the reason I say that is I'm thinking that that's probably why they're getting divorced. I'll come around to it. Let's take a look at this article. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet split. Take a look back at their timeline on the throne. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet have called it quits after more than a decade together, noting that their, quote, devotion to their children will remain unwavering. I would hope so. Like, I would hope that they wouldn't. Yeah, by the way, we're still going to be good. We're still going to be good parents. I hope. Revisit some of their past moments together. A plot twist no one saw coming. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet announced that they are separating after more than a decade together. In a joint statement released on January 12th, this is yesterday, the former couple wrote on Instagram saying, quote, they are parting ways in the marriage. It continues. It says, we have all felt the squeeze and changes of these transformational times. A revolution is unfolding, and our family is of no exception, feeling and growing from seismic shifts occurring, they wrote. This tells me, Allie, this might have been another casualty of the beer bug. A lot of people predicted that the beer bug or the coronavirus or 91 Devoc would really split up a lot of couples. Do you? I mean, do you agree that this might have had something to do with it?
Woo, buddy. All right. I started the pandemic married.
Uh-oh.
The pandemic ain't even over, and I'm divorced, and I'm divorced again
Wow.
because your girl moves fast. I do pre-market sales. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to date because it's a nightmare out there. But I just did research on this, where in the a Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, they were talking about that when the restrictions lifted in China, that a lot of couples divorced. So there is kind of something to being cooped up with your partner. Maybe you kind of get on each other's nerves more than you normally would. Argumentation styles. There's a lot that goes on there. Resentment turns into contempt. Tired
Okay.
of seeing their face.
Okay, very good. Slambright with the $2 super chat says Lisa Bonet is now the alpha widow. Wall. Actually, Lisa Bonet was alpha widowed, if I'm not mistaken, by Lenny Kravitz. Like,
Oh yeah, she
yes,
got with him too.
she
Twice
did.
widowed. Well,
She is
probably more. We'll never know.
uh, well, publicly anyway, right? And let's keep it real. Lisa Bonet, I mean, listen, for 54, she looks good for 54, but she is 54. Jason Momoa is 42. He is in the physical prime of his life. He can do better than Lisa Bonet, at least right now, and he probably could back then. So she should consider herself lucky. The article continues. The Game of Thrones alum and the Angel Heart actress, who share a 14-year-old daughter, Lola Lolani Momoa, and 13-year-old son, Nakoa Wolf Manakuapwo. I'm sorry.
You are so good at that. You're actually doing amazing. I didn't think you were going to be able to do all that.
Yeah, Manakaupwo Namakeha. So that's Noah Wolf, Manakaupo, Namakeha. I lived in Hawaii twice, and when you live in Hawaii, you learn how to pronounce all of these K's and H's. And so there's King Kamehameha High School, and just to go to the sports route, there's a guy in the NFL. His name is Manti Te'o. There was also a guy named Chris Fuamatu Ma'afala. Who else was there? Marcus Tuiasosopo, Marcus Mariota. Who else was there? There are all kinds of very, very long Hawaiian names, and you get very adept. I went to Mokulele Elementary School, then I went to Alimanu Intermediate School, then I went to Moanaloa High School in Hawaii. So all of that is just rolls off the tongue for me. But even now, I still have trouble with the then of course there's Tua Tungo Vailoa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the reason why I'm not just freestyling this here. Got a little bit of practice. Anyway, seem to be on good terms as they pledge to move with dignity and honesty and an unwavering devotion to their children. The love between us, she continues, carries on, evolving in ways it wishes to be known and lived. They continued, we free each other to be who we are learning to become. Okay. Momoa, 42, and Bonet, 54, married in 2017 and quickly became one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. As the two go their separate ways, take a look back at some of their past moments together. So you can see. They have two beautiful little girls. Wait, is that a boy? Oh boy, they said they had a boy. Okay, all right. Well, all right.
Who knows anymore? It's okay. The clothes were not The clothes were gray, beige. I can't read that either.
Yeah, it's just. Oh, isn't that what's her face from? What was her? She's from Game of Thrones, isn't she? She's the.
Yes, Khaleesi,
Yes.
Daenerys. Yep.
Yes.
Emilia Clarke.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There it is, right there. I mean, I could have just scrolled down a little bit. Yeah, she was something else in Game of Thrones. He says they are both his queens. Okay, I don't know who these people are. He has beautiful kids. Meet and greet Annie DeFranco. That's a cute dog. Can never go wrong with dogs. It looked like Jason Momoa was really happy with her. I mean, if you look at these pictures, I mean, he's looking at her like he loves her. On the set, surprise, recycles. But again, she has very manly hands though. But whatever, can't be too picky. Birthday hug on November 16th, 2016. Bonet's 49th birthday. Momoa posted, "Mi amor, be home soon, baby. Aloha, SB." The Fab Four. Look, Jason really looks like a family man. Am I wrong?
No, I agree with you completely. I also think that might have something to do with the long-term pair bonding. I don't actually know if they're faithful to each other, they're celebrities. I have no idea, but it's my understanding that the longer that a man is physically intimate with one woman, the more essentially oxytocin, love, bonding he has with her. Where it's kind of the inverse with women, where they immediately release a lot of oxytocin when they have sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's my understanding, at least. So he does look happy, and most fathers are proud of the work that they do.
Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Yeah, we look at all of these pictures. He looks. I mean, they're all. They go through all of these adventures together. Devin and I have been many places, and we have. I mean, not goofy pictures like this, but we have all of these pictures where we are, whether we're in a hot air balloon or whether we're on the Truckee River, whitewater rafting in Vegas. I mean, he really does look happy. He really does look happy. So let me ask you, in your honest opinion, what do you attribute this breakup to? Do you think it's the age difference? Do you think it's? I mean, what are your initial thoughts on this?
I would have to agree with them that the pandemic could have something to do with it. Not necessarily that everyone is cooped up in their house. Different countries have different rules, but it has kind of called into question the relationships that you have, how close you can be with another person. They could have stressors going on. I have no idea what their professional lives are, how that's changed, how they've had to redo their lives. Not every married couple is prepared to change with each other. And it's also noted that they were married for 4 years, but they were together for 16 years. So I don't know how the dynamics of their relationship have changed from the beginning. I also think that some of this is she is genetically gorgeous. So is he.
Yes,
but
of course.
Older fit men are going to have options for a very long time.
Of course.
But for her, she's very fortunate that she hit that genetic lottery, and she looks like a goddess, and she's going to for a very long time. So I find it hard to have opinions on older women who are very attractive, who walk away from relationships because honestly, she's got millions. I mean, I don't think she's going to have a hard time filling her bed at night. Whether or not she wants to keep someone around for the rest of her life, I don't know. But some women are happy living that way. I am not one of those women. It's their choice.
Tallulah Johnson chiming in says, "I didn't know who these two people were until now." So this is strictly an American. This is a shout out to Tallulah, The Feminine Truth. Go subscribe to her channel, The Feminine Truth. Also subscribe to Allie's channel, The Real Femme Sapien. The Real Femme Sapien. All of the links are in the description. Jay Blaze says, Donovan, she was his childhood crush. That, and I've heard that before. Tom Cruise was Katie Holmes's childhood crush. Well, he ended up marrying her. How can I put this?
It's the same thing that happened with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber married his fan, right?
Yeah.
These things do happen where you have this adoration for this person, and then you meet them in real life, and they get kind of stale. Monogamy is hard. Long-term monogamy takes actual work and effort. It's not meant for everybody. I don't fault them not one bit.
Check this out. Maybe Lisa Bonet was faithful. I know Jason Momoa wasn't faithful. Like, yo, check this out. Look. Let me put y'all up on game. I'm an average to below average looking guy. And no matter what relationship I was in, specifically when I was in Vegas, I was always smashing other broads. So if an average to below average dude like me can get ass literally anytime he wants in Vegas, dude, Momoa's probably, dude, he is swimming in vagina, probably less than half her age. That has to be what it is. So now, well, let me ask you this, Allie. Do you think, we all know Momoa was unfaithful. Whether we find out about it or not, he better have been. Look at the guy, right? Do you think Lisa knew that he was smashing other chicks and just decided she didn't want to deal with it anymore? Or do you think she just found out about it? What are your thoughts?
I think it just got stale, and they're both very wealthy and attractive people, and they have options that your regular average person does not. Let's say that you're a woman who's not as genetically gifted as Lisa Bonet. You really think you're going to walk away from your man at 54? Who's going to come knocking? And then is he going to use you, or is he going to stay with you? I think they just got tired of each other. I find a lot of couples grow apart.
Yeah.
There were, I didn't hear anything, any dramatics like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard or anything.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just seems like they in a hippie fashion grew apart and walked away from each other, and it happens. It could have been that they're lazy, weren't willing to do the work to make a marriage happen, but by millions, I might not be either.
Check this out. I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why they are getting a divorce. This was not Lisa's decision. Lisa's 54, okay? Listen, she used to be, she's attractive for a 54-year-old, I suppose. She hit the genetic lottery, but at 54, like, she's way past her expiration date. Let's just keep it a stack. The reason why they are getting a divorce, or they're splitting up, is because Jason has better options. And now Jason wants to go explore those options. He's always going to love Lisa. She's the mother of his 2 kids. But in the end, this was Jason. If it wasn't his decision, it was absolutely because of him. Because he was smashing other chicks on the side. There's no way he wasn't.
I would agree with that. Men that make less money than him just have people flinging themselves, just throwing them at them. That's why I don't fault men for waiting to settle down later in life. If you are that guy that is the 1 out of 5, 1 in 3 who has access to majority of the women, I wouldn't settle down either, and I'd want to have a lot of fun along the way. I mean, biology is real. We can't pretend it's not.
There you go. That's correct. Let's see. There was somebody in here. Hang on a second. Because these are actually very good comments. Yes, Bad Wrench Entertainment says he is trading her in for a younger model. No, he is trading her in for many younger models. He is 42. He's gonna look, dude. He's gonna be smashing chicks until he is old and gray. Give me 2, because I just RJax32 says she's not really smiling in any photos. I think that's just the way she is. I think Lisa's not really a smiler. Arnaldo Padilla says we need to stop calling women over 40 attractive. LOL. Listen, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. My girlfriend's 45 years old. She's still attractive. Ron F says nah, she's fallen off for sure. So this actually leads into our conversation. We had a text conversation yesterday. You said a person said that you were an adjustable 4. Tell me about that.
That was some BS. I don't know, some cave dweller. I went on this other panel, and there, by the way, on this panel was a 48-year-old smoking hot Latina from New York. Definitely not settling down anytime soon. Much more attractive than me. But somebody called me an adjustable 4. It's hard for me to take these things seriously. I'm not horribly disfigured. I look like an average woman. I don't think average is 4. I think average might be 5. But I try not to care too much about it, because if my man is still chasing me around the house, I think we're all good here. You know, when he stops chasing me, then maybe I need to do something. But it's just unrealistic standards that people spit out on the internet. Because some of these guys that make these comments, like, what does your girl look like if you have one? Or what do you look like if
Here
you
we
have
go.
one?
Here we go.
Are you pushing 250? What is your job? Are you working at a gas station? Like, I need details besides your stupid avatar screen.
You have a small dick, and you live in your mom's basement, and you play video games. You have Cheeto Dust on your.
They might, okay. I don't know.
Look, what I've learned. What I have learned. How can I put this? What I have learned is that men who comment on a woman's looks are men who are attracted to said woman. Nobody has to go. Let's just say Amy Schumer had a YouTube channel. No man is going to Amy Schumer's YouTube channel and saying that she's unattractive. Listen, Amy Schumer's unattractive. We get that. What's the girl, Chrissy Metz, the ham planet, who is some sex symbol on This Is Us? Nobody's going to her Instagram page and telling her she's obese. We know she's obese. We know she's not attractive. But we get a lot of meathead red pill guys who, how can I put this? We get a lot of meathead red pill guys who like to pretend that their standards are just so high. Like, Allie's an adjustable for it. Listen, clearly, look, you're not the hottest girl I've ever seen, but you're not unattractive. I think that's obvious.
I know that. I'm not out here looking like Gal Gadot, right?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm loyal. I'm going to hold down, make some breakfast. I'm going to stay small.
I love it.
I'm going to try to not let myself turn into this hot mess. I don't want to end up looking like Jabba the Hutt at the end of my marriage, okay?
No, you certainly don't want that. You certainly don't want that. But I think, and listen, I had to learn this too. What you have to understand when you're in this space is that the guys who are the loudest about how unattractive you are the guys that are likely whacking off to your photos. Anytime I post a picture, I'm serious. Every time I post a picture of Devin, there's no shortage of dudes who are doing the throw up emoji. And I'm looking at these pictures and I'm like, dude, Devin's ass is amazing. She has huge now fake boobs. Like, see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to puncture the ego. And see, women can't really have confidence. Women have to have ego. The reason why you know you're attractive is because the outside world tells you that you are. A woman never really feels like she's attractive, merch, unless the world tells her. Well, me, I don't have to feel like I'm attractive to know that I'm a high value guy. So you really have to watch out for the guys who are making the comments about, oh, she's ugly and this and that and the other. Trust me, you're probably in their spank bank somewhere.
That is really nice information to have, Donovan. Thank you. I'm a little bit naive, and I think part of the problem is taking a look at the chat. I rate people in a very normal way. That's a reason why I'm able to get into long-term relationships in the first place. Is I don't have absurdly high standards. Now I want to stay home and have kids, sure. Right? That's going to require a certain amount of income, but I can also live in the Midwest. I don't need to be stay-at-home wife in New York City. Not that I got the genes for it anyway. But that's why I find Lisa Bonet attractive. And I am attracted to women, and I'm also attracted to men. But the more attitudes that women seem to have, the less that seems to occur. But when I look at Lisa Bonet, I think she's aged wonderfully, and so I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Discipline or money. But I think that's like work.
Let me stop you right there. You said that you were on a live stream with. Were you on the live stream with Jen?
Yes. I think she's a feminist.
No, you don't say. You don't say. This is going to be very, very interesting. What I'm going to do is we are going to take this in a whole nother direction, because this just made the show a lot more fun. You see, Allie.
Is there a reason why she doesn't like you? What is it? I feel like I walked in the middle of a story. What's happening?
Well, let me ask you this. Did she bring me up at all?
About 3 times.
Did she really?
Talked about Kevin Samuels a lot. Could have been 1 time, could have been 3 times, but I was like, okay, she knows about the Manosphere. Talk about Kevin a lot. Hates Kevin.
So she hates Kevin Samuels. What did she say about me? The reason I'm asking you, and I'm looking for our interaction. Yeah, Jen and I, we kind of crossed swords a little bit on the lead attorney's channel, and it was so much fun. She absolutely showed her ass. But what did she say about your boy? I'm just curious.
She didn't really say anything. She just thinks you and Kevin are lucky, possibly grifters. I don't want to speak for her. I don't want to get no angry DMs, because we know women get kind of spicy. But I mean, in general, there are women out there that just, I think it's crazy that somebody could think that what Kevin did was luck, right? There's a little bit of luck with going viral. Okay, true. But was the man not working on videos for 8 to 10 years? Like, why do you think I'm on the internet right now to work for the next 5 to 10 years for passive income for my household? Right? It's a long game. That's not an accident. Donovan didn't just show up one day. Oh, like, let me just get this 120. Unless you have like some huts in India where you hired people, you put some effort into it. I see your camera. I see your production. I see your pictures. You decorate well. It's nonsense. It wasn't an accident that Kevin or yourself got to where you are. Sorry.
So that was her. Her assertion is that Kevin and I we got lucky and that we just happened to be just successful for just no reason. Is that what she said?
Yeah, that it was
This
a
is
suit.
great. This is awesome. Allie, you have absolutely made my day.
Ah, thank you.
On your screen, Allie.
No.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So Jen and I, we have crossed swords in the past, and to say that this was a very interesting interaction, and it's funny, I would never have known that. I would never have known that until somebody. And listen, let's keep it real.
Oh,
Jen looks good. She looks good. Listen, she's 47, 48 years old. The bitch is bad. She is bad, but her attitude is
fine.
Yeah. She looks good, and she works at it. So let's see what we got here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. I gotta change. You are going to absolutely get a kick out of this. I'm so glad.
Oh my goodness! I can't hide my face.
I'm so glad you. And listen, when it comes down to it, listen, listen. You have more to be. Don't worry about Jen. Jen is harmless. She's a pit bull. And listen,
she was.
And by the
cordial.
way, Jen,
she was cordial.
Yes, Allie. Listen, Allie has spoken very highly of you, Jen. But that doesn't mean I have to. So here we go.
Oh my god. Okay.
$sign Donovan Sharpe. $Donovan Sharpe. I know not everybody wants Antonio F with the $13.77 believes that here we go. What he's saying is true. You strap her to a lie detector test. It's absolutely true. This is fucking But that hilarious. Doesn't mean that you're right. See, here's the deal, right? Of course, you're not worried about paying for the date. You can get the D anytime you want, right? You understand what I'm saying there? And so when a man and woman get together romantically, this is the boring part. Supposed romantic interest involved. This woman gets There's so an unspoken triggered. Agreement you're going to love this. But spelled backwards, she'll completely.
Let us know. Is it halfway through? So the first quarter? Y'all know where it's at?
What's that? Oh, I know. Yeah, I know where it's at. I'll take the L on that. And it's one thing you guys have to understand, and it takes a long time to master. It's taken me 44 years to get a hold of it. You have to have present self-awareness. You have to have present self-awareness. If you're able to, check yourself in real time, guys, it's a beautiful thing, as you will see here.
That's facts.
Here we go. See that? She says that's facts.
That's facts.
That's facts. That's not opinion, sweetheart. That's a fact. It is what it is. And you know, and check this out. I don't even blame the girls. If it's that easy to score free meals from clueless guys, baby girl, do you. But by the same token, don't then get upset when a guy runs the gambit on you, uses you for sex for 2 weeks, and see, a girl will fuck over every man she has something to do with. Oh yeah, I just said this. Yeah, every man she has some. I want to see Jen talk. Oh, here we go.
Let me speak. Let me speak.
Hold up, Donovan. Let's let Jen speak.
Okay. You were backstage seething. Okay.
You see how she doubled down again? Right? No. Let her speak. She knows that's my point of contention, so she made sure to say it again, knowing that I wasn't going to respond because the moderator checked me. That's the only reason why she said it, just to try to get under my skin. This is the point. When she said you were backstage seething, I said, oh, okay. Well, here we go.
There's no right or wrong.
And Mr. Stewart says, nah, you're wrong, and fine. Okay.
Wrong here.
So the chat's saying a couple things about audio.
Say what now?
The chat is saying a couple things about audio right now.
Oh, I think they're saying that you're very loud. Let me turn down.
I can be quieter.
No, I think it's. I think this is on my end. I need to turn that down. There we go. How about now? Is that better? Go ahead and speak.
Hello, humans.
There you go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay.
Have an opinion.
There
Men
we go.
take advantage of women. Fact.
Yes.
Women take advantage of men. Fact.
You know what? We're gonna shit on women. We're gonna make up all of these grandiose stories about how we get screwed over by women, and we're just gonna put it on the internet. No, that's not how it happened. Men found each other because they have similar experiences. A guy in Nebraska says, you know what? Right here, I'm hitting her with straight facts. This is like at this point, it's about to get good. All facts. There's no answer to this. My wife started talking trash about a guy that she was working with. come to find out, she was sleeping with him. A guy in Florida says, you know what? I had the similar situation done to me. Another guy up in, I don't know, Washington says, you know what? I've been married to my wife for 15 years, and I just found out my oldest daughter isn't mine. A guy down in Texas says the same thing happened to me. So in terms of, you know what's
Not all
interesting about
women.
Jen that I just figured out? The reason why she felt like I came in high school, just on women supposed to be or you shouldn't. She actually calls me the N-word. They did this to themselves.
Oh no, that's New York.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Let's watch this. This is funny. I can't get over on this guy. I can't overtake him. So now I am going to try to extrapolate some kind of compliance. Can you give me enough respect to call me by my name? That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get these and she doesn't realize she's doing this, right? Like, women don't know what they're doing when they do it. They just do it. But that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get me to comply so that I can now be in her frame. Watch what happens. Yes, that's impossible.
Force.
Watch, listen.
Can I respond now?
Yeah, absolutely, Jen.
I would really appreciate it if you just call me by my name. Is that impossible for you to have respect to call me by my name?
Yes, that's impossible, honey.
It's impossible, then I'm gonna call you a fuckboy. Is that okay?
Okay, listen, let's everybody let's call each other's names. Okay, no, you're right. You're right, Jen.
You see how triggered she got?
Jen, you're right, Jen.
Okay.
His name is Donovan. Donovan, this is Jen. You guys know each other.
He's saying it's impossible, then he's saying it's
No, it's
impossible.
all right. He's a good.
Do you see how she gets bogged down by the little things? And the reason I said it was impossible is because I knew it bothered her. She was just being a bitch.
Jen, he's gonna call you Jen. Donovan's gonna call you Jen. It's no problem. There's no problem.
Okay. So I feel like Donovan is talking about a particular
Merch.
demographic,
Merch.
and again, he's projecting.
Oh, God.
Okay, he's saying it's hard out here for us to have sex. The leader
Yes, it is.
attorney, do you have problems having sex? Kevin Samuels.
But
does he
look
not?
at
Does he
him.
have problems?
He's
having
fine and
sex?
wealthy.
Does Michael B. Jordan have problem having sex? Does what's his name? I forgot his name. Anyway, there are some men that never, ever, and will never, and never have, ever since junior high school, college, and into their corporate careers, have not had problems having sex or getting women. You are speaking about a certain demographic. You do not know me. You do not know my history.
You do not know me. You do not know my history. Remember that. You do not know me. You do not know my history.
Do not know the men that I've helped.
Oh,
You do not
boy.
know the men that I've picked off a corner and turned into something because their mothers failed them. You do not know me. So you are projecting towards
I never
the
claimed that I
wrong woman.
Yeah, I never claimed that I knew her. Right? Like, she says you don't know me. Like, bitch, I didn't tell you that I know who you are.
You are projecting towards the wrong woman. You do not know me. All you see is female, and you must know that she's against it. You're bugging, dude. You are bugging.
It's probably
I don't
because
think
you're
that he's
screaming
making
on
a
the
response.
internet in front of the world. Like, I don't know. I don't think this is any sort of projection. It's just rude behavior. Sorry, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Jeez.
Look, check this out. Low brow, low IQ women like her, when they're in an argument, they know they can't win. Their one argument is you're projecting. That's she can't spell projecting. So
She got that from Kevin. That's a projection.
yeah, exactly.
To you.
Hold up.
No, he did say, but I came to tell you. But I came to tell you. That's directly towards me, is it not?
No, she's not listening. And just like Edward Anderson says, shout out to him. I haven't seen him around in a while. She's just listening to respond.
He's not saying women in general. He was seething backstage.
See, here she goes. Back to the insult. Seething backstage. I did say women in general. That's exactly what I said.
To come speak to me. Okay. So
Sweetheart.
in my opinion, he's Captain Obvious. He's like, oh, men have been burned. Women have welcome the fucking earth.
Yes.
Where people get burned every single day. So if you feel like you can relate to this demographic and you started a show where men have, first of all, you just said men, you're collecting men. This is unbelievable. You're collecting men and kind of like raising them up and teaching them how to be some sort of high value person so they can get men, right? I mean, so they can get women, right? Just the fact that you have to do that, okay, is an issue. Men should know that they have to keep up their appearance.
Yeah,
Can
but
you
here's the
pause
problem.
this?
Yeah,
Can you
what you
pause
got?
this real quick?
Yeah.
I'm so tired of women complaining about the existence of the manosphere. Like, maybe if you didn't have so many fatherless children, we wouldn't need the manosphere.
That's
let's
right.
be clear here. There are young men who want guidance and can't get it from their mom. Okay, so they're outsourcing. How about you don't make lonely boys? Is a simple solution. Sorry.
Not only that, the manosphere is the only place for men to go get real solutions. Women like Jen like to say, oh, it's pathetic that the manosphere exists. You should already know. No. Well, we should already know, but here's the problem. Masculinity is literally being legislated out of today's men. So where else are we going to learn it from? Bitch. That's right, I said bitch. Because at this point, Jen's being a disrespectful fucking bitch, which is why she is single. It's ridiculous. She's right. She is right. Men, they're all. This is always going to be a man, and let me.
Good if you know how to cook and clean and be sexy when he comes home, then be taught, but shut up and don't be bitter about it. Same with men. If you got a pot belly and you sitting on your computer all day and you looking for who to be mad at, you freaking have a receding hairline and you don't want to get a fully bald head.
Hey, now, you go easy on
whatever you get.
I was like, you leave my hairline out of this.
That you deserve, all right? Man
Now she's mad. You get what you deserve.
up, woman up. But don't freaking project on people that don't have your experience. You can't tell me about the men I freaking help.
Oh, God.
Who are damn near freaking homeless and bums. You don't know who you're talking to. Trust me, you don't. I'm not the one to project on.
That I did. Never said that I did. Can I respond? No, never mind. I'm just going to go ahead and respond.
Yes, you can respond.
Thank you.
Yes,
sweetie.
dog.
Okay,
Come on, Donovan. Come on, Donovan.
Now, see, this was fucked up by TLA. You see that? You see that? Yeah. And listen, man, shout out to, this is the problem. Yeah, TLA, by the way, TLA is bitch made. He's bitch made. Like, I'm just going to go ahead.
No.
Yeah, he's bitch made. He corrected, he kept telling Jen, he didn't really realize this until after the fact, but he kept checking me for calling her baby, honey, and sweetie. But this bitch called me a fuckboy and a bitch ass nigga and this and that and the other, and TLA didn't really check her on that. So
feminine women don't typically get upset about something like that. There was a time I worked in a clinic with an older man. He had to be in his 70s. He would call me honey or sweetie, and he would say, a little bit of sexist things like, you're running the phone bill up, calling your parents. I'm like, I have unlimited minutes now. I don't know what year you're in. But you can't get upset over things like that because you're the one that just ends up looking ridiculous. It's a term of endearment. Yeah, right? Just move on.
Well, the reason I was calling her that is because she made the mistake of telling me, well, can you please call me something else? And I'm like, wait a minute, this is just how I talk anyway. But I figured out that it bugged her. Yeah, whatever, who cares? But yeah, TLA dropped the ball here. 10 percenters. Of course, 10 percenters. Here we go. Don't have problems having sex with women. And here's something else for you. Women believe when you ask women, let me ask you something. Who do you think cheats more, men or women? So she knows the answer. And she's smarter than the average bear.
Because there are more women on the planet.
Your mental gymnastics
what?
Are very impressive. Just listen.
No.
Those are ethics, right?
Listen.
10 men.
For more women?
If there are more women, if you have 10 women in the room and 10 men, right? I would say it's going to be pretty much even depending on morals and ethics, right? But if the population is huge, with women, again,
she's out of her depth here. She has no idea what she's talking about.
Right. So, I mean, if you kind of want to pause here, the problem is that men have to be gentle with women in general, especially if it's going to be in public. You guys are already familiar with this, but let's be real. Jen is attractive and she's providing entertainment, but you don't want her to have, in a way, it's almost like men are protecting women who are acting a fool so that they don't absolutely explode. So it's a cost benefit analysis because people want to see the aggression. They want to see the sass, but at the same time, it is kind of stressful. It's just not adult. It's not mature. If you're going to be on a quote unquote panel, that's not appropriate behavior, but I digress.
This was the second to last time that Jen appeared on The Lead Attorney. She was a regular for about a month. She was on there every day. And the reason I decided to come on is because she was giving relationship advice to men. That's why I jumped. And I was like, whoa,
Oh, no.
whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yes.
I don't even coach men. I don't coach men because what do I know about being a man? Nothing. So when they come to me, I tell them to go look for another man.
You should have seen the chat while she was talking before I came. Oh, facts, Jen, and oh my God, you're all knowing. I came on here, and this is what happened: is I literally exposed her. So just watch.
And I would say women because there are more women on the planet.
I just asked her a question. Who do you think cheats more, women or men? And she got even upset about that. Your
Smart
mental
women on the
gymnastics.
planet.
Check this out.
Man,
Listen to my response.
Say women because there are more women on the planet.
Your mental gymnastics, very impressive. I give you the silver medal. Here's the answer. The answer is
This guy on the bottom right.
the guy on the bottom right. He was loving it because he knows that Jen is full of shit. This is who you were on the podcast with the other night. Now, Jen, aesthetically, she looks better than you do, but I would imagine that any guy on the panel would rather have someone who looks like you with your personality than someone who looks like Jen with that personality. Like, there's a reason why she looks great aesthetically, but this is why she's single at 48 years old, because she acts like a
Some women
goddamn
are just
pitbull.
quarrelsome. Here's the thing. I grew up with women that are like her. I am Puerto Rican, raised by a bunch of New Yorkers, women who
Really?
struggle. Yes,
Huh.
women who struggle romantically with men. There's a lot of baby daddies in my family. No disrespect, right?
No, I got you.
But it's not a surprise that quarrelsome women struggle. Quarrelsome people struggle. I mean, they're the most likely to be incarcerated if they're men. Think about what women get away with, how
Oh my
slick they are,
God. Oh my
and a lot
God.
of things don't even happen to them. And you know what's funny? Whenever I get disrespected by a woman, and this is probably going to be game for everybody up in here, if a woman comes out and starts showing her behind to you, just tell her, I think that's really surprising that you're so comfortable talking to me like that. I wonder how you talk to your husband, because he's getting the absolute worst of it because he knows who she really is. And women, the more comfortable they get with a guy,
the worse they act.
the more we're willing to push. We're willing to push because we feel safe to push. Testing your patience here.
That's right.
That's what I think.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
This gets worse. Legitimate stat, or is it just what you feel happened to you 20 years ago?
See, here she goes. She's all over the place. Like, she's really in her emotions now. She's really, really, really in her emotions now. And oh, by the way, when women say falsely accused, then when she says them the hard thing, it's convenient being manipulated.
The statistic of who cheats more.
Okay, so women would normally say, well, men would cheat more.
But I didn't.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Okay, honey, I need you to really listen. Now
I'm listening, fuckboy. Go on.
Thank you very much, Miss Boo Boo. Now,
okay,
here's see, this is why you're single, because you don't really know when to. Here we go. Here we go. Listen, here we go. Trigger. Trigger.
You're single. I bet.
Here's the deal. And see, this is why you're single, because you don't really know when to.
What do you think I'm single? This is what I'm talking about. You men project everything that you feel. You're single. I bet between
look at me. Look at me.
Single one. I bet you're single.
You're either single or you're not. Like, what is this? This is a social constructivist theory. You either got a man or you don't.
Listen, during her rant, watch me on the bottom left-hand corner. This is funny as shit. Watch.
That's what I'm talking about. You
watch me. Watch.
Everything that you feel. You're single.
I'm like,
I bet between you and I, you're the single one. I bet you're single.
Do you see me hit my? Watch this. I forgot that I did this. This is great. I gotta blow this up. This is awesome.
You're single. I bet between you and I, you're the single one. I bet you're single. This is what I'm talking about. You're too bitter to have a normal conversation.
You know what's hilarious about this too? Is that both of y'all went to anger management.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, what I did is I set a trap for her, is what I did. Is I came in, I did. I came in hot and heavy and blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as I realized that her match was lit, that's when I backed off and got calm. So calm, in fact, Kevin Samuels actually texted me during this conversation and says, you're toying with her. Your skill is really showing. It was great. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Well, there was kind of, this other thing about, if I remember it, I'll like wave my hand around.
She just loses it. Because you don't really know when to.
What makes you think I'm single? This is what I'm talking about. You men
Triggered.
project everything that you feel. You're single.
Oh, right.
I bet between you and I.
Okay, what's up?
women don't know how to argue with men. It's so ridiculous. So I had to learn how to, because if you don't want to take it, then you got to dish it. That's the only way to be. If you're getting messed with by men verbally, because that's how you guys talk to each other. That's how y'all make jokes. I feel like the worse men talk about each other, the better they get along.
Yes.
So if you're going to be in a male dominated space, you have to learn how to take the shots and give the shots and do it in a normal, classy way. There's a reason to call you an F-boy, right?
Well,
because F-boy is not the same as honey.
Right.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
That's just feminism.
But here's the thing, Allie. Jen was not in a male-dominated sector, okay? And listen, no disrespect to TLA. He's not the most, he didn't really lay down the law with Jen. Now, he did the night afterwards, after he realized what she had done and had some time to think about it. But you're right. She was able to survive in this male-dominated sector, and nobody came on and checked her until I did. And now look what's happening. Mm-hmm. Check this out.
You're the single one. I bet you're single. This is what I'm talking about. You're too bitter to have a normal conversation. And you're not going to talk
projection.
Because I'm not your mama and I'm not your ex. You're going to respect me or not address me at all.
I only respect women who are worthy of respect. And to this point, she has not shown herself to be respectful. There you go. Or respect.
No, I mean, listen. I think to be fair, Donovan.
Now I'm trolling her.
But I think to be fair, she calls you Donovan. Donovan, you can call her Jen. There's nothing wrong with calling her.
You see this? Once again, TLA steps in. Now, to be fair, Jen's getting loud. Now look at Jen. Look at Jen. Look at how satisfied. There you go. She is. See how satisfied she? Yeah. You see how smug she is. See, I've got TLA. TLA's got my back. Look at how satisfied she looks that another man is stepping in and defending her. This woman has called me fuckboy, you're bitter, you don't have a girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as I mention something lightly, honey, baby, sweetie, now Donovan, she calls you Donovan. TLA, she said my name once. She had not addressed me by my name. Now, I'm going to skip ahead because it gets fucking real. You feel are sexually active. I don't know, 70, 80, 90%. You can watch podcasts all over. They ask these questions all the time. The answer is never that many. What they're thinking about are the top 10% of men. Of course they are. Of course women think men cheat more than women. They're thinking of the Michael B. Jordans, the attorney, high-value guys, Kevin Samuels, et cetera, et cetera. The point is, I am Oching, who truly hates women is a man who simply does not understand them. And to understand women, you have to be hurt by women. You have to be used by women. You have to be abused by women. This unfortunately, it's a necessary evil, but it is necessary. This doesn't mean women are good or bad, okay? Women are neither inherently evil. They are neither inherently good. Women are the ultimate survivors. So Nile Valley's finest in that super chat said, man, that's just, and when I certainly wasn't on YouTube. I'm just trying to help men to become the best versions of themselves to avoid women like maybe you. Oh!
You don't know anything about me. You could never date me.
Oh, here we go.
You could never date me.
Probably not.
Oh, good grief.
Okay.
So see, she said you could never date me. I said probably not.
Is that my fault?
No, not your fault. See, you see, look. So now she's trying to bait me in. Bitter and barking. So, what are we? 25.
You play games all day. You're the.
Oh, this is great. Watch this. I'll fucking scoop. I'll snipe it, then right back at it, and just watch the fireworks. It's great.
Men want women, okay, that they can't maintain, and women want men that they can't maintain. Point blank, period. Then they get dragged through the mud, and then they hate everybody. Stay in your lane. You know what you live through. You know you're balding. I guarantee you have a gut. You play games all day. You're the biggest blurred, probably, that you.
This is so rude. I'm sorry. These are ad hominem attacks.
Get you a woman that wants a guy that plays video games all day, although he's in his 30s and 40s, doesn't work out, probably doesn't eat right, probably stinks. Stay in your lane.
Okay, so now she's stay in your lane. By the way. So she said that I probably don't work out.
I don't know if you've heard this, but apparently you're a fat loser. Did you know that?
Yes, yeah. I listen. I'm the first to know about this.
All right. So
this
when
is my
when you open the garage, this is sort of a broad stroke of the place, and you guys can see. There's my security camera right there. Got security cameras all over the place.
Have you ever seen my home gym?
Well, that's actually how we met. Was I was asking you where I could work out in Pittsburgh since you
Ah,
traveled.
that's
but
right.
But
That's
I
right.
saw
Yep.
your 400-pound lift, and I also saw somebody in the chat said that wasn't a lot of weight. Excuse me, sir. That is
My
that is
God.
a great deal of weight. So
That's,
congrats,
you
Donovan,
know.
for pulling that off.
Yeah, I mean, just like the men who tell you that you're ugly, guys who tell me that I'm weak are weak.
This is the TSR.
So let me let it.
Here.
Oh, this is my before and after picture. Oh, here we go. Good bitch had me. Ah. Probably didn't eat right.
Stay in your lane, and then you won't get mad at the women that rejected you. Same thing for the women. Same thing for the women. It's just like the followers of Derek Jackson.
Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to show. I wanted to show. Oh, it's so this 400 pounds. This is that's another 400-pound lift. Yep, there we go.
Which is actually a huge deal.
Yes, it
He's
is.
feeling this dude. I'm gonna get X, Y, and Z because he's a complete idiot. So I'm gonna get X, Y, and Z, and you failed to see that. So you can't take that out on anybody else. Accountability and responsibility is yours. It's yours.
I preach accountability. Listen, you're right.
You.
I do. I preach personal accountability. I tell guys all the time, listen,
Just watch
you
this.
can't be a fat fuck living with your mama talking about I need a dime.
See, that shit hit her out of nowhere. See, I called the and you.
Men
Okay,
hold other
if
men
you're a woman-
accountable a lot. That's why
Yes.
I don't really try to listen to too many women when they critique male behavior, especially when it comes to EPAR. If a man sees another man doing EPAR stuff, they usually intervene and beat the garbage out of him.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
And,
Tripping.
and you're loud and boisterous like you are.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. This is terrible.
You can't expect a high
I'm
value.
not with you.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Rewind this video.
Look,
okay?
I'm like, oh, here we go.
Don't pull that bullshit with
She said rewind this video. That's what we did. Now
watch
she's
me on the
really
lower
mad.
left.
me. I reciprocate energy.
Very respectful.
Okay, I reciprocate energy. You called me out my name. I called you out of yours. I have never done that on this platform. I have never once done that on this platform. A dog walk in, I can go bitch mode. Don't play with me. Don't pull that card. You came in like a complete bitch ass nigga, and I'm responding.
Ad hominem
You
attacks.
guys are gentlemen, and that's how I will respond. Don't pull that with me.
Yeah.
Don't pull that with me. You're not gonna be slick. Don't pull that.
Okay, bitch, now you're out of pocket. See, she just called me a bitch ass nigga. Watch, I'm gonna rewind this and watch TLA. Watch TLA. Just watch. She calls me a bitch ass nigga. I call her honey baby sweetie, and TLA wants to
I'm
check me.
surprised. Like, why isn't anyone correcting her? Like, how much of a pass do women get? Like,
Allie, because this is what she's been allowed to do. This is what she's been allowed to do. Now watch. Like, oh, here we go.
Don't pull that bullshit with
She said rewind this video. That's what we did. Now she's really mad.
me. I reciprocate energy.
Very respectful.
Okay, I reciprocate energy. You called me out my name. I called you out of yours. I have never done that on this platform. I have never once done that on this platform. A dog walk in, I can go bitch mode. Don't play with me. Don't pull that card. You came in like a complete bitch ass nigga, and I'm responding.
Ad hominem
You
attacks.
guys are gentlemen, and that's how I will respond. Don't pull that with me. Don't pull that with me. You're not gonna be slick. Don't pull that.
Okay, bitch, now you're out of pocket. Okay, pocket.
I mean,
Chick was
been
about to
out of
blow a
pocket.
gasket. Now listen, that this was about to be like critical mass type
Watch
shit.
this,
So
watch
he said,
this.
All right,
So
TLA
TLA
steps in.
Hold
now. Hold on.
Sounded a little bit like you guys were kind of sounding the same, saying the same thing.
Listen, shout out to
What
TLA.
kind of? He's such a dad. That was such a. I know emotions are high right now. Like, just tell her to chill out. I don't know if it was a man, he would have corrected. He corrected you.
He corrected me when I called her
He
honey
tried to
baby
get with
sweetie.
her. What's going on? TLA single? What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Uh,
Shout out to TLA, man. Like,
Their finances together.
Right.
Women need to be in shape, maybe be a little feminine, right?
Mhm,
It kind of sounds like, we kind of, even though we started very far apart, we kind of willed our way together.
Well, this is the real Jen. This is who she is. So
All right, so it looks like you guys, even though it doesn't seem like it from the energy, you guys
Oh my
kind of ended
God.
up in the same place.
I think we have the right mindset. I think, and Kevin says this all the time. Men and women are better together, man. And you want to know something, man? Like, I did the player days. I was out in Vegas, dude, strippers and blowing all that. It was a good time. But that life damn near swallowed me up. And the interesting thing is as much of a magic carpet ride that 8.5 years in Sin City was, my life now in a relationship, though it has different challenges, my life is 10 times better. Is it as exciting? Well, no, I'm 44. I'm not 34, right? A funny thing happens when you have a lot of experiences.
I'm just keeping it real here.
To play this, I don't have time to play video games. You want to know why?
You can't troll me. I think you're corny, so you can't troll me. I knew you had a video game console.
Here we go.
I knew
Here
you
we
played
go.
video games. How did I know
You're
that?
a man.
How did I know that without asking?
See, I knew you played video.
And dudes that sit in dungeons like he has and play video games. There's a difference. There's a difference. I don't have a beef with video games, but this dude is a dungeon video game player. I know.
First of all, it's not a dungeon. Wait, Jen, come on now.
I know who he is.
Wait,
I know who he is, but I don't know her. Right?
Jen, hold on. You're a content creator too. You know that's a nice studio that Donovan has.
Okay, no, Jen is not a content creator. Okay, like 6. Oh yeah, I did that as well. Yeah, my dungeon.
We know who
Pretty
you are.
sick dungeon.
You're loudmouth.
What? Listen.
The production.
I don't give a shit what she thinks. But what you guys are seeing here is that she's continuing the name calling, even though I went respectful. So you can continue to act like the pit bull you are. I'm going to keep my cool because the mask is off. We know who you are. You're loudmouth.
Right. But you're a bitch ass nigga.
Oh,
Yep,
she said it
you got
again.
that right.
The masks are off. The masks are off.
Absolutely.
You're a bitch ass bitter nigga. It's okay that you guys run
Jesus, the N-word. God.
You guys run rampant.
Oh,
on
now he
social
has some-
media.
Yeah,
you
right.
guys run rampant on social media. You're all in Kevin Samuels' comments like, yes, get him. I know your type. I know who you are.
This bitch has no idea that Kevin Samuels is one of my best friends. No idea. Baby, you don't know who I am. I'm not in Kevin Samuels' comments, bitch. I'm in Kevin Samuels' phone. You dig? You understand that? Yeah. About all kinds. All right, so that's that is that is who that was, Allie. So without incriminating yourself, what'd you think of the the lovely and talented Jen?
I'm going to reserve my opinions about Jen just because I don't need all these problems on the internet. Because then you know who has to deal with my problems on the internet? My man. When I'm in a funky mood, he's got to deal with this. So I'm gonna spare him. But I will say her behavior is not surprising. That's why I get frustrated when women get upset about stereotypes because they're doing everything that they say they're not. She's a common woman, and when I heard her talk, I remembered the times that my mom came out of her mouth because my mom is from the city. And so I have experience with women like that. It's just not appropriate, but at the same time, it does make you wonder: women that are that aggressive, quarrelsome, disagreeable, are they single by choice or necessity? If you're going to be single by choice, like you have to have options in the long term. I don't care if you can string a guy along for 3 months, but who's going to tolerate you for a year?
Nobody.
That's why you're going to find in relationships a mother-in-law that is not in a relationship tends to be quarrelsome and all up in your business. It's not a surprise that nobody could tolerate her for 20 years. There's a reason why she doesn't have a husband.
Wow.
But I did. So I did talk with my fiance, and I thought, gosh, that was a bit aggressive. Right?
Okay.
And I have to keep my cool with women because I don't want them to blow up. I don't want to be the cause that they blow up. I realize it's super delicate.
Sure.
But I'm not trying to look like a fool by proxy. So even though I was challenged in a lot of ways, right? So let's see. What word do you use for termination of pregnancy on here?
Noit Roba.
Okay, so the conversation of Noit Roba came on. She's talking about lots of women talking about it's a right, as if we don't have 30 plus forms of birth control on the market.
Right.
It's $20 maybe. You could work at Taco Bell and get. So I don't know. I'm done with I don't even know if some women know that they're feminists. If they know that they're just screeching feminism, I don't think they're aware. And feminists, honestly, too, they don't even know how rude they are. They are very slick because some women, I just wish I'd see them in person. I live for a reason.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
That was not an invitation to her. Okay, she was cordial but temperamental. Would love to work with her again.
Okay.
But I can't condone that behavior.
Okay.
I don't think that's cool. And the reason why I know it's not cool is because I've ruined a lot of relationships with friends and family acting that way. It doesn't work. It's not an effective model. So it's dangerous when young girls come on and I want to be just like her. Well, do you? Do you though? Some thoughts.
Yeah, listen, Allie, or Jen, Allie is cool with you. Jen, you're still a bitchy ass pit bull who really is kind of in. Listen, man, I'm not afraid of Jen. The fuck's she gonna do to me? And she lives out in Vegas. Look, listen, check this out. Jen is single for a reason. You know what I'm saying? The reason she's single it was right there on your screen. Let me read a couple of these super chats because I got Pearl on deck here. Mr. J with the $20 super chat says, "Good Lord Jesus, you know what time it is?" Oh boy, I got to get into my soundboard. Is she toxic as fuck? The fuck?
You asking me? I'm gonna say.
Oh
yeah.
no, my soundboard seems to have been. Oh, there we go. Ay ay ay. Is she being respectful?
No.
Is she arrogant as fuck?
Yep.
Does she deserve any respect?
No.
The power of the strong. Nope. The power of the sign language strong.
Yep. Yep.
Will she find a man?
Oh, hell no.
And why is that? It's because.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah, Jen belongs to the streets. She talks like she belongs to the streets. Mr. J says she's the type of woman that's never faced consequences in her life. If equality existed, she wouldn't act like that because she would be hella checked. Yeah, that is, but that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And then, she was.
There were a couple of issues, not just her behavior. There's larger problems here. People want to know how I get my perspectives and my views. There's things I don't like, right? And authoritarianism is what happens in place of actually being able to influence people. She
Right.
was demanding respect. She was
Yes.
barking orders at you.
Yes.
That's not how you get across to people in general. And men don't even talk to men like that because there's a low level threat of violence
That's right.
if men were to talk to each
That's
other
right.
in that way, form, or fashion. Women just feel like we can talk to men however, because, you know,
Nothing's
we could
gonna
really
happen.
take them to the cleaners if something happens. But it's not right to push a man's buttons just because you can. But hey, I mean, that's why I am who I am, and I have
didn't
what
get
I
up.
have, and other women don't. So
Right there you go. I didn't get upset with her. I was it was actually quite funny. I was kind of just toying with her, but I exposed her. You know what I mean? And yeah, by the way, her channel is I think On the Block with Jen. I think you can also follow her on Instagram there too. Yeah, go over there and tell her how you feel, guys. Guys, she is Allie V of the Real Femme Sapien. Be sure to subscribe to her channel. Follow her on Instagram. Allie, any final words on the Jason Momoa, Lisa Bonet situation or Jen? I'm not going to get you in trouble. I'm not going to get you in trouble.
Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa. Don't think just because Lisa Bonet did what she did that you can too as an average woman. If there are any women around here, it's not smart to keep taking relationship advice from celebrities. I mean, look at Gwyneth Paltrow and her stupid Goop website giving out medical information. She got sued. Whatever.
Dumbass.
Moving on. Opinions on Jen. She was great to work with from the encounter that I had.
Okay.
At the same time, there's behavior that I can't condone. Whether if a man would do it and it would be wrong, then it's still wrong if a woman does it. That's where I stand. I don't think it's appropriate to curse someone out because they called you honey. I mean, that's probably misandry. If you're really truly that triggered and insulted by a man calling you honey, maybe you hate men.
Maybe she does. Maybe there's a reason she hates men. I can promise you this. No man had ever talked to her in that way. That's why she was completely out of her element. She was completely out of her depth. She crossed swords with the wrong one, and I made her look stupid. So she's never been on that. She hasn't been on that panel anymore. And, you know, the interesting thing is the next day, there were 2 or 3 guys who were talking shit about me. Black dudes. They were like, well, I mean, she called him the N-word, but he goaded her. He baited her. I was like, see, that's the problem right there. Still making excuses.
Not even, you told me it's controlling your emotions. As women, control your emotions. You told me that Jen was more attractive than me. I objectively agree. If I was an emotionally triggered woman, I'd be in absolute hysterics. But who would come out looking like a fool at the end of the day? Me.
Right.
That's why you can't behave like that. It's
No, you
your
can't.
reputation.
That's all right. That's all right.
And let a man come across some YouTube videos. What opinion is he going to have? How's that first date going to go if he finds out?
Exactly. That's not going to go well at all. So what do you think of Donovan Sharpe?
Oh.
Yeah, so...
I was like, I think he's great.
Yeah, well, yeah, listen. So Jen, hey, look, more power to you. You're still a bitch, but if you can clean up that act, man, you might have a chance. Allie, thank you very, very much for being a part of this. Coming up at 3 o'clock Eastern, that is in 45 short minutes, I will be joined for the very first time by Just Pearly Things. The name of what did I call our show? I've already forgotten the name of our show, so I'm going to have to think of it later. Thank you again, Allie, for coming on, and we will see you. Allie's going to be on you're going to be on the panel show this coming Sunday. We're going to get the time and everything locked down, and I'm looking forward to it.
Shoot, did not know that. All right.
Yes.
Will do. Thank you.
I guess we know now. Thanks for joining, guys.